So we have 3,000 people. They work 2 shifts a day overseas to roll these cones. So the paper is from France, and each box has a bag inside, totally eliminate moisture. Okay? So when you open it up, they come like this.
Cool.
This is the amount of cones in the box.
Okay.
All our cones are the same price, but this box over there has 1,000 in each box, and this has 800.
Okay.
So the first thing I do, take this.
That's for me. What I did?
So right now I exposed one hole here.
Right.
Okay. The reason for that is what you can do. You grind your flour how you want it. Okay. Everybody has different preference. Okay. I personally say average grind. Okay. Even like with, I even tested this with like really bad coarse tobacco, it still works. So 90% of US manufactured cones are over grinding the flour. And what happens, it looks nice, but the cones get clogged in the middle because it's too polarized. So it looks really tight and nice, and you see it, yeah, this is very good, but it sucks because like halfway through the cone, you're like, you know? You want the cone to be perfectly smooth. When you do that, people come buy more from you. So after I leave here today, what you guys should do is tape up this. You weigh out on a scale, and you make sure you use a scale that's accurate, and you weigh out 0.5 gram, okay? And then you kind of gauge it, so when you fill the 0.5 gram, it's kind of flush with the top of this. This is what I tried to explain to you over the phone. If you use that food blender, you're gonna see that you're probably gonna end up far down here because you're over grinding, and that indicates you like, hey, we need to grind less. So once the production manager knows that the grind is perfect, then you just fill it all to the whole holes.
Just to be clear, 0.5 gram should fill this up evenly.
Flush. You're just gonna go like this, fill it up to the top. You're not gonna press it down, just fill it up to the top. Then, you're gonna put it on top here, slide it, and then go. That in the beginning you need to lube this in because it's all fresh.
Yeah.
So you just can slap it, just don't slap it like that, you can slap it flat. Okay? Yeah. So, and that's the same thing for all our cone sizes. Let's see, using this skinny reefer, we have another tray and it has smaller holes. Instead of 0.5 gram, it's 2.5. We also have a tray that's half the size of this tray, which is for 0.7 gram. It's a 0.2 gram tray. You're not going to do 0.7 gram cones, but if you like to, you can. And we made the different tray sizes, so that's easy. So you're probably thinking, why didn't you make one that has 1 gram, right? And that's because if we made this twice as big, we can do that easily. However, when we slip the flour in, that will clog the tubes. Okay. So the machine works. You have the density setting, high and low.
What does that mean?
Okay. The only thing that is a different in time. It doesn't shake harder, it doesn't shake lower. Why do we have it? Because some people do 1/4 gram cones and they don't need a full minute. Okay. This machine always runs 2 cycles of 1 minute. Okay. If you fill 0.5 gram, 2 minutes, 1 gram, 2 minutes. However, if you do 1 gram, you have to load it twice, okay? If you do 0.5 gram, you just load it once. But you're still gonna run it in 2 cycles, okay? Now, I started filling the cone with the paper in. So you fill that the fastest way for me. You can do it any way you want. You can go this way. I like it this way. I like the machine to be lower. This is not an optimal setting.
Right.
I suggest you guys get a big stainless steel commercial cooking table.
Yeah.
Easy to clean, it's up to code. It works fine, okay? Then you load the paper. Once you load the paper, nobody removes this top part. If you remove this
I
and
end
put
up
it
with a
back on,
fucking mess.
then you screw up the cones and they will be all messed up.
I did that.
Yeah, okay. I did a million times myself. I even do it sometimes at churches, I forget. But yeah, so just know that once it's loaded, just leave it alone, okay? So now I'm going to fill it up quickly, and then we do have an attachment piece. We're sold out of it, but we have a piece that goes on top of here, so you can load 100 cones into the machine at once. But that's on the second run. So. So when you load the machine, you got it like this.
Okay.
So if you by accident slip 2 cones, I'm going to do this right now. So show you every imaginable
We need
thing
that.
that can go wrong, right?
Yeah.
So it's accidentally one of the players slips this in. Not a big deal, okay? Even if you run the machine at 2 cones, 1 cone's going to be filled, but it's going to be a cone outside it, you can take it out.
Yeah.
If you want to get it out, you just take this and just fish it out.
But don't remove the top layer.
Best way to fix a cone, simply take one of our tubes, go like this, and so that's normal. So another thing is, get some small cans of air spray, and after each use, because flour has a lot of keef, and keef dust becomes very gluey, and gluey stuff in the machine after a couple of months can be kind of messy.
So so on average, what do you think, not day one, but after a person's been working on this for a week, how much should I expect one person to do
I would say
or in an hour, or whatever metric you have?
500 an hour.
500 an hour.
Yeah.
That's including folding the. Okay.
But it's like, the more prepared you have it, the more stations you prepare it. Like for example, I like to have a table for this.
Right.
I have a baking tray underneath it with edges that collects everything. Then I have the flour batch, then I have the paper batch, and then I have a station where I do 500 trays, so 5 trays, and I put them over, then I stop, then I close them if I work by myself.
Right.
Then I do 500
Yeah,
more.
got it. And it has to be loaded onto the machine like that, right?
Yeah.
So we can't have another person loading off-site because it has to be loaded on
Yes.
the machine.
You can have another one of these cone loaders, and you can load all this at once into the machine.
There's a cone loader?
Yeah, we have it, but it's sold out right now.
Buy the cone loader, Scott.
So this is the mix loading tray. Make sure you keep this clean, okay? This is just supposed to be like this. You hold it like this, and then you can load it like this, or you can load it like this. Over a tray. Fill this up, put it on top. No. If you start the machine, right, there'll be 4 seconds delay. The fans come up. Okay. So you slide this. Okay. While the machine runs, you load the second batch, 1 gram. The machine will stop. Put this on again. Start it, 4 second delay, the fans comes up, cleans out the machine, starts again, and then it will be, they will run the second cycle.
And we're doing, what, the density or
The density will not high.
high?
Yeah.
High density.
You did it twice because it's a gram?
It's, because it only loads half a gram in the thing, it's a gram cone, so you gotta be too faster.
No, here's the thing that a lot of people don't know. See, it's blinking and high. That means it's in time now, right? If you push it too low, it doesn't gonna switch.
Okay.
Because it's in setting.
Right.
So you have to remove this,
And reset.
Okay.
reset. No, you can move it, see, low.
See.
Leave it on high, you don't need low.
Yeah.
Trust me, always high, this doesn't shake harder, lower, it's just time.
Okay.
For 1 gram, always high. So you put set it at 0, and here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, it goes up to 15. Why do we have 15 seconds? It's because you can use it for extraction as well.
What do you mean by for extraction?
To shred a flour for extraction purposes.
Oh, if you're gonna blast the, okay,
Yeah.
got it.
So this can be used for several things.
Got it.
So, what I want you guys to do is, and I'm going to do this, it all depends on the flour. Everybody has different flour. It can, most of the time, I see used anywhere from 2 seconds to 6 seconds. Okay. Personally, most of the time I use for the stuff I have is like 2 to 3 seconds. You press set, and it stops by itself. let's see that we look at it, we decide, hey, you know, let's grind a little more. Then we just go set, add 1 more second, and we add 1 more second, that's it.
And then
So as long as you use the timer, in the beginning you need to kind of, you know your flour, it's all different for different settings, yeah? But that's how you control it. And you need to destem the flour before you put it in. I mean, you don't have to, but you should.
Recommend it's part of the process.
So just-
I'm not worried.
Could you hold the bottom? It's only messed up your plate. Alright, so I'm gonna set it at 3 seconds.
Okay.
Let's see how that's it.
And does the position of this matter at an angle?
No, I mean I just hold it now because you're missing the pen.
Okay.
I personally think that you put it like this. Depends on how high or tall you are. You can lock it in like this if there's a shorter person working on it.
But it doesn't matter on the
No,
ground.
it doesn't matter. So even on this one, just running it 3 seconds, you see that's very fine already. So we could have done even 2 seconds. So you could have done 2 seconds here,
Yeah.
and it's, you know, it's
little
not really, I think it'll be
okay.
fun. Again, use a baking tray, like a stainless steel with the edges and fair plastic gloves. See, this is the full tray, yeah?
Cool.
Okay. You see, in the back, it's very fine. We could have grinded 1 second less. It's gonna be the weight's gonna be a little over.
Okay.
But there you see, there was 3 seconds. Okay, so you can even do 2 seconds. You know, so
So Joe, right? I mean Scott, right?
2 seconds.
2, and then I guess do the test. You should not start at 3.
so you see already now that, you know, we're gonna see second run. Okay, so now that was the first minute. Now we're going to the second minute. On this grind that we have now, we should have used the other cones because they're shorter filters. Because it's so fine grinded, you see now, okay? You see that we're just, it's pretty good actually. We're pretty close. Okay, so watch now. This is the fun part.
Yeah, this is the tricky part.
No, it's not tricky. So we throw.
Okay. So I guess that.
Okay,
Yeah.
so note.
That looks, yeah.
So Scott, no, don't just yank it. Like you can't just. That's another thing I did. I just yanked up the top
Yeah.
piece. Like you
So-
can't just yank it up.
Okay, watch now. I mean, this is like this. This is pretty good. They're pretty consistent, but you see that the beauty of the machine is it shoots all the uneven stuff to the top naturally. You see like all this, you know.
Yeah.
So some of the powder here. We're pretty close.
Yeah.
So then what we're gonna do now You see, very little spillage. Okay, it would have been even less if we had a little less grind. Yeah.
Yeah.
Put that back here. So we're done with this guy. Next thing, onboard station. So this is what you got to watch out.
Yeah.
So you connect this, make sure it's all connected by magnets. Yeah.
Okay.
Make sure that this is pushed all the way in. Okay, see it goes underneath here. All right. So you grab your hands right there. Do not lift up. Do not lift this way. Just go straight in.
Okay.
Okay. See it. You haven't heard a click yet. So you go here, put it in. Perfect here. It sits like this, and you take this. And you go.
Oh, okay.
Beautiful. Watch this. What I'm doing, I'm not pushing a lot of pressure. I'm just going like a little bit like this. I go in here. I go in here. And the last thing, I go over here. And then on top, I turn it and I make the Dutch crown. Okay?
Nice, and then it lights up just smoothly. I like it better like that than like twisting the tip.
Feel the crown?
I mean, I'm not the expert. You tell me.
Yeah, it feels good. There's
Approved?
room. Yeah, approved. That's cool that he just kind of like flipped it down.
It's a shorter filter tip.
So that gives it more
Okay.
room.
So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna run the same batch with those cones quick. Because these are my favorite for 1 gram, for the simple reason that these holds 1 gram exactly, but if this happens, you can, on this you have more room. But
More
they're
room for error.
Yeah.
Got it.
And you get 6,000 cones for the same price as 4,800, but they're exactly the same. Branding is a little less room, but it doesn't matter. It's just you guys can play around with
No,
it.
I'd
See
rather
what-
have room for error.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
So can you show us the closing procedure?
The what? Yeah.
Yeah.
So you get some of these.
Uh-huh.
Go like this, in, that, and then you go over here. Hold on. Okay, start over. Okay. Here you go. So you go in here, to the side, and then you go over here, and you take this and you turn it like a key. There you go. So you know what? Now we're gonna just let these guys sit here.
Okay.
Okay. So if you have, that's why you need a lot of these. Okay.
So you can just like stack them up and then package
So what you do when you fill them, you can just go like this. Okay. Take a little bit out like this.
Yeah.
Perfect. So in. Yeah. Sideways.
What do you mean by
Flip it over.
sideways?
Yeah.
Oh.
And then the last thing, you go like this, on top here, and you go turn it like a key. Yeah, push it. Yeah. And when you do that, you hold kind of tight, but not too tight, and you just click it.
A little bit. I mean, I feel like mine's gonna fall out.
If-
Oh, these are 2 grammars. These are for the staff.
So that's just because it's so fine, right?
That's why we have to.
Well, here's what I'm saying is that these are definitely. God, this is so hard to do from up. Yeah.
That's why, Toby, how can, I mean, you have to weigh the wheat before you put it in there. There's no other way of doing
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah. Of course you do.
okay, because like,
Yeah. 100%.
because now, like I have 2 gram freebies.
Again, when you have this, it's very fine.
Mhm.
You see this?
Yeah.
Okay. If it's more fluffy, it's drastically different in weight. That's why you weigh it depending on the.
Yeah.
But that's good that you guys see this now.
Yeah.
Because.
Great.
Alright. So now we have another 100 cones. We're gonna load another batch with a different cone papers. We have different filter
Nice.
tip. Okay. Yeah, we'll do that. If you send me your logo, I can get you some samples made free of charge within 48 hours.
Right now, so it's cheap. I don't know what pound grind paper actually.
Oh, you wanna try and unload the tray? You wanna try and unload the tray?
Yeah, you want us to take this out?
I have another one.
Oh, okay, cool.
Okay, so this is the, you see this one is a little different.
Okay.
So this is something that you don't get with the machine. It's another station that holds both the reefer and regular. You attach it. Same functional as this, however, works. So now I'm opening. You see here most of these have a little more room, okay? So these are now perfectly to fit because this filter is a little shorter because we overgrinded it a little. Had we had the flour that was a little more wet or we'd had it more fluffy, we could have used these. So for flour that's more dry, I would use these cones. For wetter flour, I would use the longer filter.
What size is that again?
109 king size with 21. The first run, 109 with 26, which is like the most popular size in US right now. But they're both for 1 gram. It just gives you more flexibility. Okay. So you wanna try? Who wants to unload?
You want to do it? Or you don't have to.
Okay. So what I want you to do,
You
just
said
go
this-
straight out, and you're gonna click into this. Okay. Don't lift anything up because then you're gonna go straight. Okay. So what you want to do is to move much faster,
Okay.
more like.
Okay.
So you hear that click?
Uh-huh.
Okay. That means that's no sitting in place, right?
And
Okay.
now I can slide the
So
thing.
now you're gonna come over here, and then you're gonna go like this.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Now you can just take it out. All right, awesome.
Yeah, 200 plus. So if you had cartridges, the blend ready, you see what I'm saying? It's gonna be boom, 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 boom.